All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Speed Cup Series. I am Richard Hurst, and we are going to have some fun tonight as we are at the track that they say is too tough to tame, or the Lady in Black, and that is going to be Darlington Raceway. We're going to have 90 laps here, and we're going to start off with some points with Chris Darling. He is going to be in the number one spot in points, and you got Ryan Dingler. He is going to be second. You got Cherry sitting in third. You got Martin Pluth going to be sitting in fourth. You got Morton is going to be sitting in a fifth. Just outside the top five is going to be Doug Miller and Josh McDougall in sixth and seventh. Eighth is going to be Ben Mashburn. Ninth is going to be Mr. Julio. 10th is going to be Pedersen. 11th is going to be Devin Pirog. 12th is going to be Sean Bundy. 13th is going to be Mark McFadden. 14th is going to be Michael Mooney. Sorry. And Jason Pearson is going to be in 15th. 16th is going to be Travis Wells. We're going to have 90 laps here at Darlington tonight, and we're going to have two green and white checkers. We're going to have a fuel run that is possibly, they said, give or take about 50 laps, and they're going to have 3 sets of tires. So it's going to be a very interesting race, as some of these guys have been struggling out on the track, and we've been following along with some of their practice. And you also might see some of those old school paint schemes. This is a throwback, but it's not a mandatory throwback, or an official throwback. Mako says, get in the zone. All right, let's hide that. We're not ready for a crank it up. Don't know why that popped up right off the bat, but we're not ready for that just right now. We got about 40 seconds until they get into qualifying. So let's step aside and let's take a look at tonight's race sponsors. And we're going to start off with their Beer Street Journal. All right, and we are back, and it looks like Premier Stock Car Races says, I want to crank it up. Well, guess what? We will be getting to that crank up session if we get some good green flag racing. I got some good camera angles, so we will be able to hear that horsepower fly right on by. Mako works with me. Jesse Fox out there. We appreciate everybody that stops by. You know, if you are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Please do hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You know, let you know when we go live and catch all of our broadcasting action. Well, looks like some of these guys have put in their qualifying laps, only about 13. Some guys were not. I don't think they're ready for Darlington yet. Some guys were very optimistic about how the track is going to be tonight. I've heard that it is a very slick track. But tonight, we do have some driver views. And let's go ahead and take a look at those driver views. And we're going to have one mystery driver. That's going to be the view that's showing the full track. And we're going to have Plute, we're going to have Darling, and we're going to have Mashburn. So, glad to have them on our driver cams for the night, and we will have our mystery camera, and I'm just going to be switching back and forth between drivers. And let's see where they are. They still have quite a few drivers left to go. It is a full field, and so it should be a lot of great racing. But while we are waiting on them to finish up their qualifying, let's go ahead and step aside for our national anthem. And we will be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and it looks like qualifying is all done and over with, and we have 25 drivers out there on the track, and it looks like Martin Plute, he is going to be able to bring home the pole today at Darlington. We got Ryan Dingler, he is going to be right there in a second. You got Anthony right there in third. Fourth is going to be Jason Garcias. Fifth is going to be Brandon Williams. Sixth is going to be Drew. Seventh is going to be Stan Hossman. Eighth is going to be Justin White. Ninth is going to be Doug Neal. Barrett Morton, he is going to be in 10th. Matt Cherry is going to be in 11th. Grant Pedersen, he is going to be in 12th. Chris Darling, going to be starting at 13th. 14th is going to be Josh McDougall. 15th is going to be Ben Mashburn. Devin Pirog is going to be in 16th. 17th is going to be Jesse Fox. And 18th is going to be Tim Branson. And let's see if we can get the rest. And there we go. 19th is going to be Doug Milner. 20th is going to be Jerry Walters. Mark McFadden. 21st. Rick Wishon is going to be 22nd. Michael Mooney is going to be 23rd. Josh Emerson, 24th, and Mike Morkid is going to be 25th. Like I said, once again, it is going to be a full field here tonight, so we should see a lot of great racing, and we're going to take a look at some of the cameras that we're going to have tonight. Of course, we got the famous nose cam, we got the gearbox cam, and we got the roll bar cam, which doesn't really show a lot, so don't use it very much. You got the left front suspension, left rear, the gyro cam, right front, right rear, cockpit, and we got our scenic view. Here is going to be our turn 1 entry cam. We do have the digger cam, which somebody just killed it. Turns 1 and 2. And we're going to have the exit of turn 2. Backstretch camera is going to give you the real effect of the flyby as they are zooming right past the camera. That camera will shake. You have turn 3 entry. And you're going to have turns 3 and 4, and then you're going to have turn 4 exit. All right, we're getting ready to go green, and we're going to swap it over to our starter cam. There's our official with the green flag, and we're going to drop our own green flag as they get started. Green flag. The green flag is going to be out, and our green flag is presented by the Beer Street Journal, proud sponsor of the Speed Cup Series. Right back out, and we're going to switch to a TV cam so you can actually see the race in action. And it's going to be Ryan Dingler. He is going to be out front in that 08. He is going to be riding the top side, and he's already going to be rubbing the wall. And that's going to allow Martin Pluth. He is going to be taking advantage of that slowdown on that bottom lane. And here they come into 3 and 4. We're going to put the track map up so you can actually see the race in action. And he's going to fall right in line with Ryan Dingler. He is going to fall right in there behind Martin Pluth. Got a lot of single file racing up here in the front. We're going to try to catch any kind of racing action that we can, and it's going to pretty much be a race to see who has the worst tires. Looks like Michael Mooney, he is already going to be in a little bit of trouble, and his car is going to be slow. He's got a lot of right front damage done to that number 80. Hate to see that here early on, but Darlington is the track that's too tough to tame, and especially if you're running one of the iRacing setups, it is going to be a handful. And looks like we had a little bit of challenge, and that's going to be out of that number 00 of Doug McNeil, but he decided to bring his car right back in line with everybody else. Now turn 4 and turn 2 and turn 4 is probably going to be the problem child of the race, and so far it is clean and green, but we do have a little bit of challenge, and that's going to be the one of Anthony Garcia. He is going to be challenging that 2 of Brandon. That's going to be the 2 of Brandon Williams. And we'll put the tower up because that's a little bit easier, so y'all can see where your driver is running. And it looks like the 8 was. The 8 was out of shape just a little bit, and he is gonna bring it back up on the track. He is gonna be now in the 3rd position, and I don't know exactly what happened to him, but he probably got loose out of one of those turns, went down to the apron, and had to bring it back up. And we got another car back there. He is gonna be very out of shape. And who is that gonna be? That is gonna be one of those right there, and that is gonna be Stan Hossman. Oh, another car out of shape also. That's gonna be Tim Branson. He got out of shape coming out of turn number 2. Now bringing it in turn number 3. He does gather it up, and that car is still clean and running green. Well, back out front, we're gonna have Martin Pluth. He is gonna jump out to a 1.5 seconds over Anthony in that number 49 Chevrolet Camaro. He is sporting that Navy car. I actually like that car. Hopefully we'll see him on the 29th. So far, clean clean racing on the track. No incidents so far, except for a couple of cars getting loose, and Mooney having to bring his car down to the pits. Now, there are no fast repairs here, so that's going to be a bummer. If you hit that wall, you might be sitting in the pits for quite a while. And you got Astro going, let's go Foxy. Speaking of Jesse Fox, he is going to be back here in that 69, and he has got the old Pepsi Alta scheme on his car. That was Jeff Gordon's old paint scheme. And he is riding right behind Ben Mashburn. And that is going to be one of our driver camps. And you know what? Speaking of driver camps, let's go to our driver camps now and see what they're seeing. And we're going to ride around. Since y'all mentioned Fox, we are going to be riding around with him. And that is going to be our mystery driver. And we may have lost Mashburn's camera, so I hate that. Let me see if it's still up in the chat. Nope. He may have had to turn it off. Internet connection may have not been able to do it. But we do still have 3 of the 4, and one being mine. There you see Darlington. He is going to be right there in the top, and it looks like Plute is having a little bit of connection issues too with his rear view mirror and telemetry there. So I hate to see that. Sometimes it works flawlessly for some of these drivers, and sometimes it doesn't, but it does look like it did straighten out. Well, 10 laps are down, and we have 80 laps to go, and it's looking to be a better race than I thought it was going to be. Some of these drivers made it sound like it was going to be horrible to even watch, but these guys are making it happen. And let's go to a better screen than that, and let's go to RTV2. Well, right back out front, it's going to be a 2-second lead over Anthony in that number 49. You got Dingler. He has actually corrected a little bit of his problems. He is still running in the top 3. You got Brandon Williams. He is going to be sitting right there in 4th, 1 spot up from where he started. Jason Garcia, he is going to be down 1 spot from where he started. Drew, he is going to be sitting there in that 6th position. We'll put the driver information up so you can see where they're from and who they are. You got Grant Pedersen. He is going to be right there in the 7th position. He's actually going to be one of the biggest movers of the race so far. He is going to be up 5 positions from where he started. So great racing. You got Christopher Darling. He is going to be right there in the 8th position, up 5 positions from where he started. Also, Justin White. He is going to be down 1 position, running in 9th. Wrapping up the top 10 is going to be Matt Cherry. He is going to be up 1 position in that number 48 Lowe's machine. Old Jimmy Johnson's paint scheme. But he is going to be wrapping up the top 10. Josh McDougall, he is going to be up 3 positions, riding in 11th. You got Barrett Morton. He is going to be down 2 positions. And you got Stan Hossman. He is going to be riding in 13th, down 6 positions. Astro saying a great race so far. Yes, it is. I feel it's going to be a spread out race throughout this race, and I believe we're probably going to see a lot of cars go lap down if we do go green. And now they're going to have to at least make 1 pit stop here. We'll put that race information back up there, and this is straight from the admins or everybody that's been out there in practice. About 90 laps to green white checkers. Fuel, give or take, about 50 laps, and those 3 sets of tires. We haven't seen that caution, so it's going to be interesting to see how these cars react later on in the run. Will we see these cars get loose? I guarantee you something is going to happen with a couple of these cars as the track gets hot, as it heats up and cools down. But as of right now, they are all running pretty darn well. And this could be a good time to maybe, just maybe, fulfill that order and crank it up just a little bit. If y'all are ready for that, we'll do that right now. Right, we had a nice little battle there, and that was between Grant and Drew in that 77 Ford Mustang, and Grant barely had enough room to slide up in front of that 77, but he did make it happen. The 77 had to check up just a little bit, and it looks like Christopher Darling, he is gonna be somebody is gonna be out of shape, and somebody's gonna be missing a bumper. I can't see exactly who that is. We're gonna have to maybe go to the blimp and see who that is. That is gonna be Mashburn, I do believe. Still can't see who it is. But somebody got really out of shape, and that's going to be the 92. So the 92, that's going to be Tim. That is going to be Tim Branson. So unfortunate event sent him to the pits, and he has a destroyed race car. But we are going to take it back out front, and it looks like we do have a new leader. That is going to be Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams was able to work his number 2 Ford Mustang all the way up towards the front, and we might be able to crown another winner here. You know, we've had one winner for each track. Can we go for 3 different winners so far here in the start of the season? Ryan Dingler, he is sitting there still riding in that second position. That's right there where he started. He worked his way up from the third, and now he is riding second. You got Jason Garcias. He is